And that's why I said when a man says, I don't need a woman, that he's not talking about relationship. He's talking about period. Because women don't run society. They don't build businesses. They don't run infrastructure. So for a man
they
to
reproduce, we can't populate without women.
We understand that. I'm not removing. Okay, so, and I said this when I had my soliloquy. We need y'all for intimacy, procreation, and expansion of family.
It's a necessity.
Removing that, it's value set. But when a woman says, I don't need a man, and to your point, she's referring to relationally, they don't say that part. Men don't have the ability to say we don't need men, because that'd be a lie. We know that we can't win the championship without other men. We can't win the war without other men. We can't progress in society without men. We actually respect men more than y'all respect men, and your very survival is predicated on our existence.
So I agree with you, Naomi, that a lot of times you do hear women, say, I don't need a man, or I want a man, but you don't hear men say that. Men typically say, I need a woman. In this space, I beg to differ. I do hear that a lot about, men saying that they don't need a woman either. But more along the line, I guess the question is, what do men need women for? And I guess y'all can answer that more so. What do men need women for?
That's gonna depend very much on that man's plan and vision he has for his life. But typically, if we're being honest, the survival of a man is not predicated on a woman's existence in his life. That's just without fact. If he wants to expand his family, he's going to need a woman to do that, health, on a health level, right? But it's different. Most men, I think, when they're approaching relationships, they're operating from a place of like truly emotion, spirituality, the intangibles of sorts. Women bring nothing to men that they need, like truly need. I think the hierarchies of need is very basic. It's spelled out for humans, but that's going to be predicated on that man. We tend to give women a lot more value than they have, but because it's valuable to us. So what may be valuable in my life from a woman for me may not work for Hink, may not work for Edgar. It's going to be predicated on what I decide, because I picked her. I had a vision. So I need her to fulfill this. And then in turn, that is, it's valuable or invaluable. But yeah, that's what it is. It's the conjunction of family. Other than that, men typically could live their entire life, in my opinion, and have no need for women outside of the moments of passion and things of that nature. And then I'll answer.
So you disagree with Naomi?
In what way?
Because she said that men don't say that.
Men typically don't say, well, okay, men may say it, because when Naomi said it and I heard it, I think men may say it and it means something different than when women say it. Because typically when women are saying, they're referring to survival. They're referring to him bringing and elevating her life and sustaining it. When men say it, this is true. Men don't need a woman, because women are not in the position normally to revive a man's life. So when they're saying it, that's what they're saying it from. Maybe it is ego, maybe it's pride, but that's typically what they're saying. And it is true. It's proven fact that men don't need women for them to survive. That's kind of irrefutable.
So through observation, I agree with everybody's point on it. Everybody had good points, the ladies, right? Because we're the only people who can really speak on that. You're asking a woman, right? But if you look at action, right? I believe a man is a great value to a woman. But if we must be honest, we have single women on this panel, and we probably have a man checking for us, and we will not give him an opportunity, which means you don't need it that much. You understand? Because I need to eat. I'm hungry. I have to eat. That is a need. So I'm going to eat. But if you have a man who is checking for you and you're saying no and you're continuing to be single, there's something in that that's more so of a want than a need. Does that make sense? Like you're continuing. So what I'm saying to you is you're continuing to go to your, because I think if like you just stated in your argument, True, there's a reason why you need a woman, right? There's a neat reason why a woman needs a man. But can you live your life without one? There are women who do it every day, right? Only 30% of Black women are even married. So majority of them have to do it daily, right? Now, when it comes to like mistaken, instead if you break it down, you like the infrastructure building, we're not going to take the value out of men, right? When it comes to what they bring to society and to the world, we appreciate that. Yes, we need men for that, but we're just talking about romantic relationship. That's something that this is a very different conversation than society needing a man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's it's got people who want women who want women.
Can I ask you a question? My bad, True. Shan, can I ask you a question though? So you said that a lot of these women have men that's checking for them, right? Would you also agree that a lot of these men that's checking for you guys are the type of men that you don't want? Would you agree with that?
I have a partner.
well, I'm just saying like
so what I said to you, Courtney.
I'm saying that like most of I'm just saying like in regards to if this was your dream guy, so to speak, right? A lot of women would go for that.
So we're not talking about dreams here. Everybody will go for their dream partner. That's the problem. That's the one, right?
But if he checks the list off of the type of man that a lot of women say that they want, right? And don't mean if he checks the box off, she's gonna typically go for him, right?
She's gonna jump on it.
So with that being said, that doesn't fall under the one aspect. That just falls under okay, well, he's not checking the list off, so I don't want him in that sense, right?
Well, that's the reason why. Like, I'm glad, Shan, you put a preface on it, right?
Yeah.
The conversation, I don't think is fluid in the sense that men need men to survive, right?
Everybody needs men to survive.
Okay, but we're defining it. We're landing it and putting it under the confines of a relationship, and that's why I said when a man says I don't need a woman, that he's not talking about relationship. He's talking about period. Because women don't run society. They don't build businesses. They don't run infrastructure. So for a man
to reproduce, we can't populate without women.
We understand that. I'm not removing. Okay, so and I said this when I had my soliloquy. We need y'all for intimacy, procreation, and expansion of family.
It's a necessity.
Removing that, it's value set. But when a woman says I don't need a man, and to your point, she's referring to relationally. They don't say that part. Men don't have the ability to say we don't need men because that'd be a lie. We know that we can't win the championship without other men. We can't win the war without other men. We can't progress in society without men. We actually respect men more than y'all respect men, and your very survival is predicated on our existence. But on the adverse, it's not the same because your existence, we only need so many women to populate the earth in a sense.
But you need a woman.
Again, I'm not removing that. Men understand this, and I'll land. When we're saying that we want a woman, it's for a particular reason. And typically it's something in the confines of intimacy, intangible things. But y'all do not benefit us in a survival-like basis, almost on any metric. And that's the difference. And I think that's why it's like laughable when women say, I don't need a man. Your very existence is us. Your job that you covet, man. Your idea of success, men gave it to you. So it's like blasphemous for women to even say that crap. And, but I'll let.
I think a lot's been said, a lot of lies been told. To say any woman who says I don't need a man, she lied to her goddamn self. But we all know women rather hear a lie than hear the truth. That's just women. That's most women. It's a lot of women up here. So with that being said, you want a man, but you don't need a man. Now, you need a man. That's why you want one. That's why you want one, because you know you need one. You know how you move and operate wouldn't be right without you. Yeah, you can say you could go get a pistol, but if that man got the drop on you, ain't nothing you could do. Now you hoping that male cop comes and does his job as a man. You ain't gonna want no woman firefighter try to carry your heavy ass about the burning building. You're not gonna want that because it's gonna take about 4 of y'all to carry one of these big heifers. Because they not small no more. Y'all built big. So you're not going to want no woman trying to drag ass out of fire. You don't want no man as an EMS that he might have to do chest compressions on you multiplying, then find a way to lift you up on that gurney. Yeah, you're not gonna want a woman to do that because she can't afford to do it. She can't. They can't lift them. They can't do nothing with them. So you need a man, whether you want to accept it, admit it or not. We was having some conversations earlier talking about blue pills and shit like that. Somebody said they're gonna place it in the food in order to get that man's erection. God damn it, that's crazy, but she realized she don't want that goddamn plastic.
I missed that.
Shit. She rather poison her goddamn husband in order to get that erection.
Mistaken.
She need that man. I'm just saying. So these are the type of conversations we listen to up here, and people are just lying. And then staying with this bullshit ass nervous laugh and bullshit. You know you lying too. Because you got a man checking in on you on a regular basis. That's the thing you want. You want a man. You don't want no. Look, your girlfriend's checking on you all the time. But the sound of a man with a goddamn deep voice. Hey, baby, how you doing? Is everything good?
Sexy one with a
You
good
need anything over there? Oh shit! That Rose ain't gonna be charged up long enough before you start hitting that thing hard. After that man hangs up with you. Hey, I was wondering if you could come by and check on some things. I thought I heard a noise in the backyard. I bet you did. Yeah, you need that man to come through.
Why can't we just meet each other?
Make sure. No.
We can.
I didn't interrupt nobody. I was respectful. I sat back for a long time and let the lies flow. Now let me lie. Is that okay? Let me get my lie off. I want to lie too. Like y'all lying. Can I lie too? Thank you. I appreciate y'all letting me lie just like y'all was lying. We're going to lie together. God damn it. As a man, I'm not going to sit there and say I don't need a woman. I tell you the minute I have a problem, I need my wife. I need it for many things. I'm not going to go into all these details on why I need my wife knows, and that's all that matters. It's not for me to tell everybody why I need her. I need her. She does a lot of things for me that I couldn't imagine. She puts up with me. That alone, let me know I need her. A person of the opposite sex puts up with me, yeah, I ain't the easy person to get along. I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm hard to deal with sometimes. But for the majority of the time, I'm good. But when I ain't, she's still there. She sticks with me. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure I'm fed, get my nourishment. She makes sure I'm good. When I need that softer side, when I got to deal with my daughter, or my granddaughter, my son, certain other people, yeah, you can't talk to them like that. You can't do them like that. And she reminds me. She ain't got to say shit. I just look at she remind me. Yeah, I got to be a little more soft. I got to be a little ease. I can't always come aggressively. And I could agree with that. And it's just a friendly reminder for me. I ain't got no problem with admitting that. That's some of the things she does, amongst other things. So to sit there and say, man, we don't need, yeah, some of y'all know y'all need women more than us. Now, we might not have the privilege as people. You may not be able to get a woman, or a woman may not get a man. Well, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out why you ain't get no man. Maybe you need to have a self-evaluation, come to Jesus moment on why you ain't getting no goddamn man, or man ain't getting no woman. You got to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And make the proper adjustments. I'll land it there so y'all can interrupt me.